All right, so David, we've got one of my favorite cars in the collection here. Tell us what we're looking at here.
This is a Renault Sport Spider, made in the late 90s, never imported to the U.S. officially. As far as I know, there's only two in the U.S. One is a race car, and the other one obviously is here. One of the things that attracts most of the kids, they always come in and want to know, do we have a Lamborghini? Now, most Lamborghinis, modern times, have the scissor doors. So I'll show them this car, and that sort of appeases them. But this is a specially built car by Renault, French company, that was built mainly to showcase their ability to fabricate with aluminum. Much like the Lotus was built to fabricate with composite materials and adhesives, you can see how great the welding quality is inside the car. And everything is exposed so you can appreciate it and see it. And it was mostly built as a performance car and often as a race car.
I noticed it's very clean in there. Like there's not a lot of like
there's not a lot of anything. There's no radio, no heater, no defroster, no windows, no roof, no windshield. Well, it does have a windshield wiper because it has the windshield. Originally, it would have come with a 10-inch high bug screen, basically.
Okay.
And the roll bar was standard. Seat belts, since it has the scissor doors and not much of an A-pillar back here, you have the seat belts on the other side, so it's a little bit weird to drive the first time, but it's like wearing a glove. It's so comfortable to drive.
This bad boy.
This is a weirdo. This is our second propeller-driven car.
Yeah.
At some point, Jeff got really interested in some of the French propeller-driven vehicles, designed in the years between World War I and World War II. Several French engineers had the idea that propeller-driven cars were the next wave of the future. No clutch, no transmission, less complication, lighter weight. They also had this crazy idea that steering from the rear wheels was more safe, that braking only on two wheels was more safe. So they had a lot of, let's just say, unusual ideas about what car engineering should be all about.
So now what year is this? This obviously is an old car.
Yeah, this one's a 32,
Okay.
and it's a one of a kind. It was built by a gentleman outside of Paris. In fact, we actually have a letter from him saying, to the future owners of this car, be aware that red lights can be a real hazard. This is, conceivably a three-seater, although every pound that you add to it slows it down a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was originally built on what was called a Rosengart chassis. And a Rosengart was an old economy car, rear engine, conventional car of the period. A lot of cars were rear engine at the time. And what they did is they took that chassis, took the body off, took the engine off, turned it around, so now rear end steers, and the front end has the motor mounts. Wow. And that's sort of the downfall of the car. It is such a heavy car. The heavy frame of an original car, much different than other propeller-driven cars that we have, which were built based on airplane principles. Much more lightweight, a lot more performance per pound, per horsepower.